One of our favorites, Amari Cooper, back here on the Rich Eisen Show from the Cleveland Browns. How are you, Amari?
Man, I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
It's been a long time since we chatted. I mean, it might have been when you were on the Cowboys. That might have been so long ago. I don't know. But good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Hope you guys are doing well, too.
Well, you know what? We're doing fine because we all talk into the same microphone every day. There's 4 of them. If we had to talk into 4 different microphones every single day, it might be difficult. That's my way of. You see where I'm going? You're picking up what I'm putting down? I mean, how has it been adjustment-wise for you to have 4 different starting quarterbacks, Amari?
Yeah, I mean, I go into the season, obviously not thinking about having 4 different quarterbacks, but I'm always willing to adapt. So, just the mere fact that there has been frequent quarterback changes, it hasn't surprised me from the standpoint to where, I wasn't able to adjust to it.
So what are the challenges in that? Because obviously we, as fans sitting here watching games or watching, fantasy numbers go up on your app, and however we as fans look at it and then see you balling out, it's like, well, that's Amari Cooper just being Amari Cooper. But there is some, mechanics, and there is some sort of chemistry that needs to be done. What are the challenges that you have endeavored here to keep succeeding?
Yeah, I mean, generally, that connection between receiver and quarterback, you want it to be automatic. Like, you want to know the quarterback like the back of your hand in terms of, the timing, the routes he likes to throw, how he likes to throw certain routes, things of that nature. We have, frequent quarterback changes. Sometimes we could just throw off the rhythm. So that I would say that's pretty much the main challenge.
Okay. And then with Joe Flacco, I mean, at least the other 2 guys have been around the program. He just shows up off the couch, essentially. What was that like over these last 3 weeks? What has that been like with Joe for you, Amari?
It's been a unique experience. I would say for the most part, it's been, very positive. The thing about Joe, he's a professional. He's played a long time. He understands, every little nuance of the game. So the transition has not been something that's been difficult. He throws a very catchable ball. He has a lot of good traits as a quarterback, 100%. So I think it's made everything easy. Like he just came in and the ball just got rolling. I mean, I think the reason that the receivers were able to adapt to him so well is because he throws a very, very easy to catch ball. Like, it's like one of those balls that you don't even have to think about catching. It's just he throws it, you just put your hands up and you can grab it. So I think that's the main thing.
What is it? Is it the spiral? What? Give me more. What's the more detail on that?
So,
what do you mean by that?
Not necessarily a spiral. I think most quarterbacks know how to throw a spiral. I would say it's just the velocity, the accuracy, and the trajectory of the ball. Like, it's not a lot of velocity on it, but the timing is perfect. And so, as soon as you're coming out of your route, the ball is there, but it's such an easy ball to catch because it doesn't have a lot of velocity behind it. And I think that's intentional. He's been playing the game so long that he understands that, receivers like to catch easy passes.
And then when you said he's a veteran and has a certain sense about it that makes things successful for you, do you have an example of that over the last few weeks for a big play maybe that you have been on the receiving end of?
Yeah, 100%. For one, he just understands coverages so well. I mean, he's seen them for years and years. But I think number 2 is when a route is called, he knows the exact way to handle throwing that route. I guess, him having so many reps at every type of route there is to run, I think he understands the optimal way to get the ball to the receiver on that given route. The best one that I can explain is when we played against the Rams, I had like what we call a skid route. It's like a post, but they throw the post like right out of your break. And I mean, as soon as I came out of the break, the ball was literally in my numbers. Like, as soon as I came out of the break, and all I had to do was go like this. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's the best example I have so far.
That's amazing. And how has Kevin Stefanski made it seamless as well? I'd love to know his role in all this, because I think he should be getting mentions for Coach of the Year with you guys having an opportunity for a 10th win and 4 quarterbacks going into Week 16.
Yeah, I mean, with Coach Stefanski, he's a great head coach. He's also the play caller. I think as a play caller, he understands when to rely on scheme and when to rely on matchups. The thing I really like about him is he's not afraid to, take advice from the players. He understands that it's a player's game at the end of the day, and then it's a symbiotic relationship between coaches and players. Every time I don't go to him with BS, for lack of a better word. Every time I went to him and said, "Hey, Coach, I think I could beat this guy on this route. I think I could beat this guy on that route." He calls it, and luckily, it's worked every time so far. So I think I think that's one of the best traits about him is he understands when to use scheme. He understands when to use matchups. He's a great play caller. He's a great head coach.
And again, I'm just watching from the couch, right, or from the NFL Network studios watching these games, Amari, and he just seems to have just an even keel. I also saw, some NFL films, wired for sound moments where he's kind of having a little bit of fun and keeping it loose as well. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering what it's like from your perspective. Certainly in a game against the Bears where you guys look dead to rights, to be straight up with you, Amari.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I did forget to mention too is he loves to. I would say he understands the mentality of go big or go home. He's not afraid to call like a double move on 4th and 5, because he knows that it can ultimately result in a touchdown. So but to answer your question, he is pretty even keel. He knows when to have fun. I mean, he's just adaptable in that way. He's not like just this one personality type of coach. He understands this is a game at the end of the day, and we need to have fun. We need to enjoy what we're doing, but at the same time, we need to take it, seriously because we do have a goal at the end of the day.
Amari Cooper of the Cleveland Browns getting set to take on the Houston Texans in a big Week 16 game here on the Rich Eisen Show. What's your favorite Myles Garrett story? What do you got for me?
My favorite Myles Garrett story, just right off the top of my head, probably came when I was still in college. If he was in college, I was a junior at Alabama. He was a true freshman at Texas A&M, and we had an offensive lineman who was kind of like unto me. What I mean when I say that is he was a tackle and he started as a true freshman, just like I did. So I kind of was like mentoring him from the start of the season to the end. Every week we would kind of talk about how he played, how we played. And I remember we played Florida like week 4, and he went against Fowler. He was like, "Coop, man, I ain't gonna lie, this guy was the best guy I played against." And me and Fowler both got drafted in the same year, 2015. He went 3rd, I went 4th. But like 2 or 3 weeks later, we played Myles, and he was like, "Coop, I'll take that back. This guy Myles is the best player I've ever seen, I've ever gone against." I was like, "He's that good?" He was like, "Yeah, he's a freshman like me, but this guy," he told me, he was like, "He's going to be the first pick. Trust me." I was like, wow. So I think that's my favorite story because, it turned out to be true.
Now he's your teammate and a defensive player of the year candidate of the first variety. And with the offense the way that it's playing right now, despite all the injuries, and with Myles Garrett leading a defense the way that he is, as stout as it is, why not the Super Bowl, Amari? Why not? Right?
I mean, why not? Yeah, exactly. Why not us? At the end of the day, you just gotta have the mentality of just going 1-0 every week. We understand that there is a goal at the end of the day, but there's a process by which you get to that goal. And if you don't abide by the process, then you can just forget about the whole goal. So we just take it one step at a time.
But do you guys talk about this openly at any point in time in the locker room with each other?
Of course. I'll be lying if I said that we didn't have those conversations. But again, it's like putting the cart before the horse. It's like starting with the roof when building a house. It's just not the way that sequentially you're supposed to do things. But I'll be lying if I didn't say it wasn't in the back of our minds. But we understand again. There's a process by which you get there, and that's taking it day by day, step by step. one win at a time.
And in terms of that, Amari, before I let you go, you got this game at Houston, and then a quick turnaround, the final Thursday night game of the year. You've got the Jets coming into your house. And so that means you got a nice mini bye to get ready for maybe the biggest game straight up, certainly for the two of us, Amari. There's a Rose Bowl coming up in the national championship semifinal between my school and yours. Do you want to have a little fun right now or what? What do you think, Amari?
I mean, I'm not sure if y'all ready. You sure y'all ready?
Well, I mean, in terms of ready. What do you mean by ready? Yeah, I would think Michigan's ready just to play a game against Alabama, right? I mean, what do you think? Huh?
So personally, I don't know if y'all have enough depth, I don't know if y'all have enough depth.
At which position? I mean, just do you want to get a little specific, just in general?
As a conglomerate, as a team, I just don't think y'all have enough depth. It's going to be hard to win that football game. Alabama is a very aggressive team. Some guys, I don't know if some guys going to make it to the fourth quarter. That's just me, though.
All right. How much Michigan football have you taken in this year? Just asking. What do you think?
I got a teammate who played at Michigan, so I watched them a little bit. Y'all lied. I mean, y'all lied. Y'all wouldn't have made it to the playoffs if y'all wasn't. Okay. Y'all wasn't pretty good, but
So let's do this, Amari, because you are somebody who is in the spotlight. I'm here every single day. I've got not as much of a spotlight as, say, a professional football player who speaks in front of a podium and stuff like that. How about your school wins? I've got to put an Alabama hat on here. My school wins. You've got to show up to a press conference with a nice Block M on your head. What do you think?
I mean, you sure you want to wear an Alabama hat?
Oh, sure. I'll put it out there. What do you think? What do you think?
Let's do it.
Okay, so I will be keenly aware of this conversation, and I know where I can find you with that hat. I know the people I can reach out to, and all I'm saying is that maybe first of the year, there'll be a nice little care package from me.
All right. I guess that's a wager then, right?
But it's in. I mean, yes. My word.
And loaded.
Yes, it is. And we'll see how much depth there is. How about that?
All right, let's go. Let's get it.
Amari Cooper. This is fun.
Cool.
Until maybe the fourth quarter about a couple Mondays from now. But other than that, have a great game in Houston, and I appreciate our chats always. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Right back at you. That's Amari Cooper at Amari Cooper 9 on the social media outlets. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.